Velocity Money, peace and blessings. So I want to do a quick video on fighters, but fighters who are pretty much dirty. Fighters who willing to do whatever they got to do in order to win. You know, um, cheap moves, tactics, all the bullshit, yada yada yada, et cetera, right? And I'm gonna try to make this rather quick, so I'm gonna really zoom through it. So, a couple of fighters, we got John Jones. You know what I'm saying? So, some of the most frequently called dirty fighters in UFC, MMA. I think I got a couple boxes too, and whatnot. I'm not gonna go through everybody that I got, but real quick run through, right? So we got John Jones, you know what I'm saying? John Jones is definitely the GOAT, eye poking. You know what I'm saying? We got Rusamar Palhares, known for holding submission holds far too long after opponents tapped. Gilbert Yvel, eye gouging, history of biting, knocking out a referee. Gerard Gordeau, intentionally blinding Japanese fighter in one eye. Mike Kyle, you know what I'm saying? Yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Just a list of fighters and whatnot and some dirty tactics that they happen to implement through certain fights and whatnot, right? So getting to it, what can be seen about these guys astrologically? First of all, you definitely want to look at the Mars Karaka off top because Mars is the warrior of the zodiac. It's the commander, it's the fighter, it's the policeman, it's the military man, it's the soldier. It's the guy who's going to protect, defend, and attack. That's Mars off top. So we should see some type of similarity or indication within these guys in pertaining to the Martian factors. Even if it's not the planet Mars itself, it can be allocated to Martian influence over other particular planets, the signs of Mars. You can even indicate the sun as well, even all of the masculine planets. When the masculine planets can become weakened or afflicted in some type of way, you pretty much get the personality of somebody who is willing to cheat or do whatever it takes in order to win, right? So, enough talking, getting to it. We got Gilbert Yvel. So, Gilbert Yvel has pretty much Mars on the cusp of Leo and Cancer. So, what Mars is 1 degree of Leo, 1 degree 39 minutes of Leo. Mars is pretty much debilitated, all right? Side note, you know what I'm saying? I know what's in the sign of Leo. I know there are some degree fanatics who are going to have a fit and pretty much believe that since Mars is in an entirely different sign, it's not under the influence of its debilitation. But you have to think about it. 28-degree Cancer is only 3 degrees away from 1 degree of Leo. That's only a 3 degree difference. So you can pretty much definitely infer that the influence of debilitation is there. That's a whole nother video that I can do on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but anyway, his Mars is very close to his point of debilitation. And his sun is with Venus. So his sun is Stambana, the sun is weakened. So 2 of the 3 masculine planets are weakened, you know what I'm saying? This can show why, the nigga was cheating and doing what the fuck he was doing. Right? So we got Mike Kyle. And there we go. Mike Kyle has the exact same Mars. He has his Mars exactly at 1 degree of Leo. And it would change depending upon the ionomcia. So if you use a certain ionomcia, this guy could have a Cancer Mars. You know what I'm saying? Probably at his deepest debilitation point, 28 degrees of Cancer and whatnot, right? But he has the exact same Mars. His Mars is conjunct the North Node and it's conjunct Jupiter. So with Mars being so close to its point of debilitation, plus with it being Stambana conjunct Rahu, Mars is definitely very much so afflicted. Plus with Jupiter being conjunct the North Node as well, is very much so afflicted or corrupted within certain expressions as well, right? And Sun is in Pisces. Pisces isn't the best sign for the Sun. Pisces is the 8th sign from its own sign, so Sun kind of suffers an affliction within his sign as well, right? So there you go. And you know we got the goat of the goat of eye poking, John Jones, you know what I'm saying, himself. John Jones, he has a Cancer Mars. His Mars is debilitated. Sun, Venus are conjunct as well. So Sun is Stambana, Mars is debilitated, you know what I'm saying? John Jones definitely will bust John Jones definitely bust your motherfucking kneecaps open if you're gonna help him win. You know. But I digress. Moving on to the next guy. Gerard Gordeau. So Gerard Gordeau, he doesn't have a debilitated Mars. His Mars is it looks like Uttara Shad, Sagittarius. Yep. Or not really. It's on the cusp of Purva Shada, Uttara Shada. So his Mars is at the end of Sagittarius, but when you look at it, Moon is debilitated in the sign of Mars. So the Martian influence is still there. Moon is not only debilitated, but it's Steinbana as well, being with Saturn. Moon is severely weak, and plus Moon is with the North Node. Um, this is actually a wicked guy. You know what I'm saying, yeah, this is actually yeah, y'all need to mount this. Y'all need to monitor his internet activity for sure. You know what I'm saying, this guy is yeah, this is not a good guy. But either way, moving on, sticking to the point of the video, he also has Sun in that affliction as well, and Sun is with an afflicted planet because Sun is with a debilitated planet, right? In the sign of Pisces. So, you know, again, when the masculine grahas are afflicted or wounded in a certain way, that can lead a individual to be more apt to deal in more corrupt types of practices from a fighting standpoint. Now, from an overall standpoint of character, you know, Rahu, you can look to the Rahu sign for that alone by itself. You know what I'm saying? And what Rahu was affecting. And that can also lead an individual to, you know, cheat and do underhanded practices and, you know, all that and whatever. So we got Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler also has a Sagittarius Mars. So this time, Sun is the planet that is afflicted. And he's born on the eclipse. He's born on the lunar eclipse, being that Sun is with the North Node and Moon is with the South Node. And yeah, even though Sun is exalted, it's still a Grahan Dosh. And Saturn is in the sign of Scorpio and whatnot, right? So I forget what it says he did. Michael Chandler, what did it say Michael Chandler do? Andrew Goa. Oh, these is dirty boxes. Hold on. Michael Chandler repeatedly accused fans of various fouls, eye poking, glove grabbing, illegal strikes during his fight. So one of them guys, right? So let's go to the next one. Evander Holyfield, Mr. Headbutt himself. And yep, look at Evander. This is his tropical chart. Yep, this is his tropical chart. So everything would shift back like 23, 24 degrees. But in his sidereal or in the Vedic chart, he would have a Cancer Mars conjunct the North Node, right? So that Cancer signification will be showing up again. And Evander would also have a debilitated Sun as well, right? So, yep. And not last but not least, Lord Krishna himself. You know what I'm saying? And shouts out to the Lord. Shouts out to the you know, the supreme embodiment, incarnation of God. You know what I'm saying? But even from a standpoint of the earthly activities of Krishna, when it comes to the Mahabharata war, and there were a lot of instances throughout the war to which Lord Krishna instigated the Pandavas into cheating. into doing underhanded acts and practices in order to preserve their way forward and whatnot, right? Both sides were doing this, you know what I'm saying? When Arjuna's son or whatnot, Abhimanyu, when he performed the technique in order to enter I forget what they call it, Chakravartin? I forget what they call it exactly, but it's some type of interdimensional war wheel of some sort. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna try to imagine exactly what them niggas was on or whatnot. But when Abhimanyu performed the technique to enter that formation or whatnot, uh, I think it was like 16 or 17 people who jumped him and killed him within that formation because he didn't know how to exit it properly. Arjuna taught him the technique to enter it, but Arjuna never taught him the technique on how to exit that dimension or battle formation or whatnot. But long story short, you know what I'm saying? So on both sides, it was a bunch of corruption, it was a bunch of cheating, it was a bunch of underhanded practices. You know, Duryodhana, you know, since the niggas was born, was trying to do a whole bunch of underhanded practices in order to kill the Pandavas and get the Pandavas out the way. But, you know, Lord Krishna, he has a Rahu conjunct Venus and conjunct the debilitated Mars. And it's multiple instances where Krishna instructs them to cheat or helps them cheat, right? Krishna, he used the illusion of Maya to make it look like the sunset and whatnot. So the other side, because what did Arjuna vow to kill somebody? I think he vowed to kill. Damn, I gotta get back on my studies. Was it Jayadratha? Arjuna kept vow to kill somebody before the sun set, and if he didn't kill that person, he was going to kill himself. So Lord Krishna, he made it look like the sunset with his power of Maya. And once the sun set, the other side got happy. They got relaxed and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was partying. And as Arjuna was about to kill himself, the sun came right back up. And, you know, since the niggas was relaxed and wasn't expecting that, Arjuna was able to get his shot off and whatnot. And not only that, Arjuna, Krishna, he told Bhima to strike Duryodhana below the waist, which was an illegal practice within within a mace battle, right? What else? It's many different instances. I swear to God, it's many different places in the Mahabharata to where they was instructed to cheat. You know what I'm saying? But it's just funny that the majority of these guys who would use these type of practices all had Mars in a similar situation, debilitated, conjunct the North Node, you know, North Node being involved, if not with Mars, then with the Sun, or involved in some way within the chemistry as well. Velocity.